Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no deals. Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our Black Friday coverage. And today we'll be looking at what I will call the gaming essentials of this sale. What that means is that if you have an interest in the genre of a game on today's list, you can almost be guaranteed that that game is going to be an excellent pickup. There are some of the best games in their individual categories on the Nintendo Switch, and at these low prices, they are pretty much a steal to be picking up. Now, just as usual, about halfway through the video, I'll be giving away a $10 eShop gift card. If you're wondering how you participate in those giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel, drop a comment down below, and then check out the next regular eShop deals video to see if you won. Also, if you missed part 1 of this Black Friday coverage, I'll be linking it down below in the description of the video and the top pinned comment. As we jump into today's deals, just don't forget, one of the best ways to help support the channel, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. So our first game for today is going to be Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, that is back to 75% off, $7.49, running till December 4th. Now this game plays out pretty much like a first-person action game, however set in the Ghostbusters universe. And if you're a fan of the original movies like I am, well, this is pretty much a spiritual successor to Ghostbusters 2. It is set almost directly after the events of that movie and features all the original cast voicing the characters. I'm not quite sure what happened to this game because it's like the eShop forgot about it for almost 2 years where it just wasn't going on sale, and now in 6 months we get 2 sales on it. Now if you're not a fan of the Ghostbusters franchise, this one can be hit or miss, but if you are a fan, trust me, this is a game you're definitely going to want to play through, if only for the story alone. There's also many different difficulty modes, making this one very approachable. Now next, we have the various Mega Man collections that are all on sale between 47% and 67% off. The ones we're targeting are between $7.99 and $9.99. Now these games are pretty much the quintessential 2D action platformer. And depending on the collection, the games will range from the very retro NES all the way up to the more modern PS2. Now, it's hard to think of a more gaming essential collection than these Mega Man collections, but if you've never played one before and you're not sure where to start, my personal favorite is the first part of the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, followed by the 2 original Mega Man Legacy Collections, and then finally the Mega Man Zero ZX Collection. And truly, the only reason I'm putting the Mega Man Zero ZX Collection as the 4th place is because I do consider those games more difficult than the original ones. And it's maybe not the best place to start if it's your first time playing a Mega Man. Now Mega Man 11, which is the most modern entry, is also on sale, however Best Buy has a better sale digitally for the game. So you might want to check that out, they have it for only $8.61. If not, you can pick it up for $9.99 on the Nintendo Switch eShop. And lastly, the 2 Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collections are also on sale, however they're only 25% off, still $29.99 a piece. Those are still feeling a little bit more on the high side for me, but they are available as well. Now our next great game is going to be Curse of the Dead Gods, back to 60% off, $7.99, once again running till December 4th. Now this game is a top-down action roguelike, and probably visually you'll right away think of Hades. And although there are a bunch of similarities, especially visually, trust me, gameplay-wise, this is a different experience. The curse system is really one of the most original systems I've experienced and really does put a new definition on risk-reward. And the separation of the runs into various temples actually really does change the progression feeling in the game. Overall, if you're searching for one of the best action roguelites that isn't called Hades, this is a great pickup as well. Now next, we have Streets of Rage 4, back to 50% off, $12.49. Well, just as all its predecessors, this game is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up. And it is still, in my opinion, one of the best examples of reinvigorating a classic franchise and bringing it up to modern standards. Offering beautiful cel-shaded graphics, gameplay that is very easy to pick up and play, yet at the same time offers a high level of mastery, tons of unlockables included in the base game itself, a completely amazing soundtrack, and finally, a DLC pack that really adds in even more value and brings the game up to another level. And in my opinion, although we've had a ton of new beat 'em ups hit the Nintendo Switch, this one is still easily in contention for best beat 'em up on the system. And at $12.49, this game is easily worth a pickup. Now next for today, we have Loop Hero hitting 65% off, $5.24. Yes, again, running till December 4th. Now ultimately, this game is a strategy management game, however, set with a roguelike style of gameplay. You play in a universe that's been basically destroyed and you are the sole thing left alive, and it's up to you to piece it back together from your memories. But the path is not going to be easy because along with the good comes the bad, and you have some evil gods trying to prevent you from bringing the world back into existence. And I do want to mention, do not be fooled by the graphics here. Although they look extremely simple, the gameplay is very deep, very addictive, and tons of fun. That is, if you're looking for a strategy take on the roguelike genre that really doesn't depend on reflexes, but rather strategic thinking. When I first picked up this game, I really didn't know what to expect, and I became addicted very quickly. And at $5.24, this game right now is a total steal. Our next pick for today is going to be the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove that is 50% off, $19.99. Yes, running till December 4th. Now once again, here we have a collection of 2D action platformers, and personally, this is one of my favorite collections on the Nintendo Switch. And if you're a fan of 2D retro-style action platformers and you haven't played these games yet, at $20 for all of them included, as well as the Battler version of the game, this is going to be an awesome pick. The great thing as well is that each new game introduces a new character and a totally different playstyle. And although some of the games have you replaying the levels from the previous version, it changes up the experience completely. The storylines are also fun and wacky to play through for most of them, but what really sets this series apart is the top-notch gameplay, and once again, a completely awesome soundtrack. So now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winner of the $10 eShop gift card. And our winner for today is going to be Tim Villela, who said, "A lot of brand new lows, my wallet is hurting, ha ha ha." And you know what, Tim? I think a lot of people's wallets are hurting at the moment, but luckily, we're picking up the games for cheaper than they would have been at full price. Now, all you need to do to claim your $10 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. Now, if we jump straight back into our deals, we've got two great ones lined up, which are both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, back to 75% off, $9.99 a piece. Once again, yes, running till December 4th. Now, both of these games are campaign-based first-person shooters. And this is the story of another great revitalization of a classic franchise that's right up there with Streets of Rage 4. Not only that, but many people thought that Doom Eternal could never actually be successfully ported to the Switch. And although visually it's maybe not the best version of the game, it still runs exceptionally well and is a great experience. So if you're looking for some fast-paced gameplay, high-octane action, and tons of goriness, either one of these games are going to be an excellent pickup. Now next for today, we have another couple of games hitting some brand new lows, and that is No More Heroes 1 and 2, both 30% off, $13.99. These, however, running till December 9th. Now both these games are third-person 3D action games with a totally over-the-top gameplay style. Both these games were some of the most anticipated ports to the Nintendo Switch, and although they were already worth it at $20 a piece, it's really nice to start seeing them drop in price, especially because the first one is starting to show its age. However, the second one is really still up there with some of the best 3D action gameplay. On a side note, the third one is also currently on sale on the Nintendo Switch eShop at 50% off for $24.99. However, I have seen some physical deals that are better than that out there, so before picking it up, make sure no retailers around you are offering it at a better price. Now next, we have Rayman Legends, the Definitive Edition, back to 80% off, $7.99, and running till December 4th. Now once again, we have a 2D action platformer. In my opinion, although a lot of people know about this game, I think it really remains an underrated game on the Nintendo Switch. If you like Mario Wonder because of the vibrancy of its levels, then I definitely think if you haven't played it yet, you should be playing Rayman Legends. Now, I'm not saying it's as good as Mario Wonder, but it's definitely on the same playing field, although a little bit dated now. The only sad thing about playing this game is that it reminds me of days that Ubisoft was making great games other than Assassin's Creed. And I'm still hoping for today a follow-up to this game with even more modern gameplay. Now next for today, we have Dark Souls Remastered, back to 50% off, $19.99, running till December 4th. Now ultimately, this game can be categorized as a 3D action RPG. Some people drop the RPG part of it, but in my opinion, it has enough similarities that it should be considered that. And if you've ever wondered where the term Souls-like came from, well, it's from this game series right here. And when you actually fodder in a brand new gaming genre, you've got to know that you're onto something special. Now, fair warning here, all the Souls games are known and defined by their difficult gameplay. So if you're not ready for the challenge, be careful before picking this one up, because although it's a great game, it is a very challenging one. However, once again, it's hard to get more gaming essentials than this game on the Nintendo Switch for someone who wants to play the Souls-like genre. And although we've seen this low price before, trust me, it is definitely worth it at $20. Now next, we have another couple of games that we're going to talk about at the same time, and that is the Castlevania and Contra Anniversary Collections that are both 80% off, $3.99, and once again running till December 4th. Now both these collections are focused around retro 2D action platformers, Castlevania featuring a more melee style of gameplay, and Contra a more run-and-gun shooter one. But once again, if you're a fan of retro gameplay from either the NES or SNES, these are two of the best retro collections on the Nintendo Switch. And at these prices, you should even be able to pick them up with gold coins. Now on the Castlevania side, some of my favorite entries are obviously the original Castlevania, Castlevania 3, but also Super Castlevania 4. Not to mention that almost all the other games are pretty decent nonetheless, but those three definitely stand out. On the Contra side, it's hard to find a bad game on the collection. They are all great in their own right, but my definite standouts are Contra the arcade version, the original NES version, and even Super Contra. Also, a quick mention here that the Castlevania Advanced collection is also on sale right now at 40% off for $11.99. So if you want more of a Metroidvania experience from the GBA era, that collection is completely amazing as well. Not to mention that you get Dracula X from the SNES almost as a bonus. So now it's time for today's sizzle reel of deals with a ton of other great games to consider. So we're at the end of today's eShop deals video, but don't worry, we're not done yet with these awesome Black Friday sales. Make sure you stay tuned in because over the next few days, I'll be doing the Unsung Heroes list, focusing on some great deals on some games that are maybe less well known, but still amazing pickups. I also want to give a huge shout out to my channel supporters. Their monthly support is so appreciated. And as I said earlier, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.